Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Hoksey Native Seeds. We are calibrating drills. Very exciting stuff. What we're doing here, what our good friend Kent is doing, Ben's texting, but what Kent is doing is he is trying to figure out how much weight we need to come out of the drills for a very specific mix. And the reason that that's important is because if you get it out too fast, then you run out. If you get it on too slow, then you have a bunch extra and you didn't get enough on the field. But sometimes you can't calibrate the drill perfectly to the weight. So what you need to do is you need to add filler. We're trying to figure out how much rice hulls we need to put in this. Because rice hulls, when you pay for rice hulls, it's basically like just paying for shipping. Dirty cheap. Guys, look at all these empty carts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 empty carts, and we've got a bunch of others. We've got some in the trailers, we've got some in the shop, we've got some next to the shop. That is a good sign. I'm pretty sure all of our carts were filled at the beginning of the season. That means a lot of seed is moving in and out of here. So we're getting into this trailer. We gotta, I don't know if you remember this from one of our last videos, but we mixed 800 acres for Meskwaki, and we've got a wet mix, a lot of wet mix, a dry mix, a main mix 1, a main mix 2, and a fancy mix up there. And the thing with those is all of them have different makeup compositions, so you actually have to put different amounts of filler into each one, and we're trying to figure that out right now. Guys, this is not good. These are all the Forbes we have left. This one little bag. We got someone coming to pick some up. So we gotta figure that out. We found out a lot of really good information while they were testing cranking all the seeds. Whoops. We found out that we don't have enough filler. But we do have some old oats we might use as filler. And otherwise we got to buy some more, which we really don't want to do because shipping rates right now are crazy. For now, Ben and Kent, they are outside digging the big blue stem and switchgrass out of the side oats grama. And we cannot figure out how in the world those things are getting there. We're wondering if it's from our combine from the year before or what, but it's not coming in thick. But then where it does come in, the big blue stem, it's really strong because it doesn't have, the side oats grama has good roots, but it doesn't compete with the big blue stem's roots. So it comes in real strong, and it's got great soil because the side oats grama has been creating a lot of great carbon for the soil for years. So I'm gonna go see how they're doing. So this is a farm we rent from our neighbor, and we've done a little bit of switching here this year. I'll show you what we mean. So this is our side oats grama field, and it looks good. It looks good. You can see where we mowed down some of the old side oats grama. You can't really burn side oats grama very well. We did like 8 years ago, and it nearly killed our field. So we don't do that anymore. We just mow it off and let it sit there, and then it biodegrades naturally. Oh man, it is wet. It is wet. My shoes already getting wet just from like being next to the side oats grama. So we will not be walking through that. I don't know how Kent and Ben are doing that. We're on the edge of the side oats grama, and right here, this used to be sky blue aster, but we've gotten really good at producing sky blue aster. We are producing too much. Really good for your mixes. People like it in their mixes, but we don't need as much as we have. So we went out, actually Dad went out, and he sprayed it, and then he disked it twice, and then he cold packed it. I don't know if you can tell that it's cold packed. See on the ground how it's a little tighter, especially after disking twice. And then he planted. Let's see if we can see. He planted side oats grama. You see there's some side oats grama sitting right there on top. He did that yesterday, and then it rained last night. It's perfect. So it's actually making our side oats grama field a little bit bigger because we did not have enough side oats grama this year, which is a good thing Here's our sky blue aster. One of the main bummers about sky blue aster, I don't know if you could tell now, but it's over 2 feet tall. By the time sky blue aster is ready to be harvested, it's like 4 to 5 feet tall. It's huge. There's so much to it. And the best way to deal with it is to chop it up, but then you need it to dry. And you've got so much silage in those wagons, it's hard to even get it to dry, especially because you're harvesting. By the time you're harvesting it, it's getting cold outside and there's no sun beating down on it to dry it out. So having less to do works a lot better for us. There they are. Wow, legends. Look, I did my time. I did my time when I was like 10 to 20. You guys want to see something really cool? Check out this Lespedeza, or round-headed bush clover fields. See how little, a few of weeds that are in between them. They look like looks like a cornfield. Look at that, no weeds. Isn't it incredible? I mean, there are a little bit, but we've been working on this field for years. You should have seen it 5 years ago when we first put it in. It was rough. It was rough. You couldn't, it was just weeds. It was just weeds. And poor Ben has been working on it with a hoe for years. He actually begged us to destroy the field this year. Wow, Kent, you learned your lesson. You finally brought a hat out.
That's right.
On this cloudy day.
You know, when you got a couple of satellites in the side of your head like this, you got to get a brim that extends beyond your satellite coverage.
Wow.
And plus my neck got roasted really bad.
This man feels no shame. He experiences none of it. Look at him.
I'm 32 years old. I got 3 kids. Who do I got left to impress, right?
That's true. Maybe Ben. Ben, is he impressing you?
Very much so.
Thank you, Ben.
Look at these manly looks.
I'll buy the Gatorades today.
Oh, deal.
Flip, block, chop. Keep those roots from coming back.
It looks like you're just making compost.
Yeah, I kind of am. Better soil, right?
Ken had it figured out. He brought the hat and the boots.
That's right.
I don't know what I was thinking. Ben, how are your legs?
Pretty good. Pretty nice and red. Check
nice
out that
and red.
tail
wow.
line. Not trying to.
That's inspiring.
Check it out.
We're gonna change.
Woo! Look
like,
at him. That
like,
dude's got a girlfriend.
It's like an eraser.
Look, man, if that guy can get a girlfriend with those tan lines, we believe in you.
Careful on those close-up leg shots there, Nicholas. We might change our rating. All right, so there's a couple ways that we identify, an unwanted bit of grass, and use that term weeds. Ben and I were just joking about this, like, what is a weed? And a weed is really just any growth you don't want in your field. Could be in your garden, could be in your backyard pollinator plot, could be in a huge acreage of side oats grama like we're working in right now. But big blue stem this time of year is known to be growing taller than the side oats grama, and so when you just kind of scan out and you can see little clumps all throughout the side oats grama. The leaves honestly look fairly similar to side oats, but a little bit different coloring, and again, just that much greater length of growth at this point. Height is a big one. You can also see on some of the other species where the leaves are thicker, more ribbon-like, kind of like a switchgrass or something, and so you know to attack those. Or we've even come across a few clumps of rye that have gotten carried over here one way or the other. One thing that I think people could mess up on this is when you flip it in the ground, you might think that's good enough, right? But roots are one of the most resilient structures in all of life, really. And Carol called this out to us when we were out here the other day, telling us make sure you chop up the heart of that root system, because otherwise it could start growing in a different direction. And maybe not this season show back up, but certainly next season those roots could reestablish themselves, and you're back out here flipping grass.
Wow, voila.
And don't forget your brim tap.
Time for lunch. You guys just got here.
Perfect timing. We don't go by the clock, we go by how my stomach feels.
Wow.
It's got a mind of its own.
What convenient.
Kind of like that character on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Michelangelo?
No, the bad guy.
Shredder?
Shredder?
No, Krang, I think his name was.
Oh, the big pig.
No, not the pig. It was a guy whose brain was in his stomach.
Shredder.
No, that's
that
not
was
Shredder.
Krang, I think.
pretty sure it's Krang. I'm older than you guys though, so.
Yeah, you have
That's
were
my
raised on a
era.
different Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles than we were.
That's right.
Don't go over any bumps. Take me home to the place I belong. Hit it, guys.
West Virginia.
Don't quit your day job. Everyone, we are starting something real exciting. So I've been working on this new website called theprairiefarm.com, and the reason we're doing that is because as a farm, Hoksey Native Seeds, we want to be in 10,000 backyards between now and next year. We believe we can do that, and overall that'll end up being around 150 acres. So tons of my time has not only been spent on customers, but also this place. And it launches next week, so kind of in crunch time, which is a big reason why I haven't been outside nearly as much to make these videos for you guys. So we are here in the mid-afternoon. We are doing some mixing. We are out of forbs, basically out of forbs. And so we need to mix a little bit more. Our mix had to change a little bit because there's a few species we're out of, which is a bummer. So if you didn't book ahead of time, you're not getting as good of a product, and you might even be paying more. So Kent, tell them what they should do next year.
Order ahead.
So we're a little cramped in here. We got a seeder we're working on calibrating. We got the mixer, and we got a bunch of forbs. So we'll see how it goes.
Rattlesnake master, my favorite.
All right, Kent is getting these all sewed up so that we can get them all labeled and stacked correctly. I've got this custom order we had the other day that I need to get these tags on. It's important everything gets a tag when it's used for the NRCS, because the NRCS really likes to know what the heck is going on the ground. I love saran wrap pallets. All right, guys, we've done a lot today. Sorry for my sporadic videoing, but we had a good day. Got a lot of website stuff done. It's coming this Wednesday, June 15th. We're so close. Kent got a lot done. What'd you learn today, Kent?
Well, did some more digging out in the side oats grama. Learned how to calibrate the drill today. There was a lot of head scratching with that, but I'll let you know a little secret. Nick was kind of the hero. He came up with the winning suggestion. We had some old low germ oats laying around that we needed to get rid of. They're gonna make the perfect filler. Nick, give yourself a pat on the back.
Wow, I'll do that. And while I'm doing that, you guys don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Hoksey Native Seeds.